It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. The home of the Warriors, live on 2K Sports. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. This is Kevin Hart. The Warriors with their last game here in Golden State before heading out on the road. It has not been a dramatic change this season to the performance last year in terms of the record, guys. Every game, though, a chance to get better as a team.
And well, for the Warriors, what an ideal start for them this season. I mean, it takes some teams a while to kind of come together. Not this group. They were ready right from the start.
The only cautionary note I'd make is that you don't want to peak too soon. You want to be playing your best basketball when the postseason rolls around.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Scope. Then it's DeMar Carey. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Mr. Clutch in at the one.
And for Luis Scola, a very different role for him over the last 2 years. I mean, he was a starter for most of his career, then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, though, Scola still played efficiently, but he was just used to putting up much bigger numbers for other teams.
And he gets it to go.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
And it's DeRozan missing. Next game for the Raptors, they picked up the W against the Kings in Sacramento.
And it goes back to what's been their strength, really, on the interior. From a defensive standpoint, they just defended the rim as well as you could.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive the way they did it, guys. They were alert, they were active, they were aware, and their reaction to shots was outstanding.
Mr. Clutch off target with his 3.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
That every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
And Doris Burke spoke with Steve Kerr. Doris?
He told me there aren't many big men with the mobility and length of Jonas Valanciunas, and that he's a player they'll really have to account for, saying, quote, JV's still developing his skill set, but there just aren't that many people in the world of his size. And you factor in his motor, he can really impact a game. Guys, we'll see how they try to deal with it.
Thank you, Doris. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, that their defense, you know, Gio, you're talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season, and some nights the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
And he gets it to go. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. And Curry, here we go, from the baseline. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
And you know, with the Warriors, it goes beyond the stats. High character guys, tremendous culture. They had a lot of guys that could guard multiple positions and defend them well. That was a big reason they became champions.
They get it back. Raptors trail by 3. Outside DeRozan. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Mr. Clutch. The Raptors rebound. Warriors have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Barnes. 8 points for Klay Thompson.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
There's the bucket. Good. Valanciunas has got his first bucket of the night.
And you just look at this Warriors roster, and there are a ton of defensive playmakers. That ability to switch everything and be fine is what made them so tough on the defensive side of the ball.
Some changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Now here's Iguodala. A 14-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates. Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Kicks it to Thompson. Here is Livingston. DeRozan defending, and he hits it and gets helped on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw. The Warriors have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. Free throw good, Livingston. When you think about Sean Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken Clark fourth back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager. And his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
Here is Livingston. The Raptors getting the bucket. Thompson outside. Hits the front of the rim and out.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
He's down at the Golden State. They won that game against the Brooklyn Nets.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
What a shot!
Free points at the buzzer.
Definitely an answer.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stance-wise?
Anytime you can get to the rim consistently early in the game, it allows you to get into a good rhythm offensively.
It really does. I mean, it's a lot easier to get buckets inside. That's elementary, and they've done that through one.
Okay, time now for an injury report.
Kevin, I was able to catch up with the Raptors head athletic trainer. He told me he's suffering from back spasms, so they put some ice on it and gave him some painkillers. That is going to make things very hard on them in what is still a very young season. Hopefully, as early as it is, he has time to recover and help this team down the road. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
And almost for every player, it's inevitable. I mean, injuries are going to happen no matter how well you take care of yourself.
And let's just hope the rehab process doesn't drag on any longer than it has to.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for Toronto right now, you've got Mr. Clutch. Scola out there with Damari Carroll. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas, and it's DeRozan in at the 2 spot. Warriors trail by 4.
Boy, once again, the Raptors were able to put forth a really strong year. You know, the national media recognized it, and the Raptors picked up more and more of the spotlight marquee games as a result.
Toronto's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Carroll. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Carroll's got the lead up to 4 now for the Raptors.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it. He has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Carter, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about the knees, man. he looked a little out there for a moment.
Here's DeRozan. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. And it's Spates with the rebound. Well, for a long time, Greg, the Raptors didn't have a lot of nationally broadcast games in the U.S. Seemed like a forgotten team at times, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you know what? A playoff drop is one of the ways that ended that factor. Also, the team plays an exciting brand of basketball. They're a division winner to go along with that. So you start adding those things up, and you see why the Raptors continue to get more and more coverage nationally.
Here's Spates following a three-point attempt by DeRozan.
I guess even he has. It's one of those once in a while.
Soft touch off the glass. And that's 19 points for Mr. Clutch.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Timeout called the Warriors. This their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
Yeah, and they got the better of this matchup both times they faced off last season. Do they still have their number?
Well, the sample size wasn't that big. I mean, 2 games, not a lot to go on. But they are 2 teams at the top of the pile in each of their conferences, and because of that, I expect it to be competitive.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Spates. Draymond Green comes in for Harrison Barnes. Thompson, he's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
Bogut, he's been one of the game's best centers. I mean, obviously injuries. Have saddled him a little bit over the years. He's made it through 67 games each of the past 2 seasons. I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Here's Mr. Clutch. And Valanciunas kicks to Carroll. And here comes Livingston, leading the fast break. We've got 1:18 left here in the second. Under Wayne Thompson. Pulls from the top of the key. Another shot. And stolen with the ball. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Raptors on defense. They trail by 1. The second chance effort. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Livingston's got 4 points this quarter. Well, going back to Bogut, when he's healthy, he is a very difficult matchup for any opponent. One of the great rebounders and defenders certainly in this game now. He also, though, gives you points from the blocks and with timely putbacks.
You know, he's become an unsung hero in a sense. Not the flashy guy who entered the league, but more of a very talented lunchpail kind of guy who simply wants to do his part.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And it doesn't look like they'll be giving up on any plays tonight either. Their offensive rebounding has also been equally as impressive.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials on the better take the no-shoot 2.
Been a nice game for Mr. Clark. 22 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
This is really production personified from long range. And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Livingston, that's good.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Thompson outside from deep. Green cannot hit. And the first half comes.
Thank you, Kevin.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2K Sports Halftime. Klay Thompson brought his A game early tonight. He had 16 points and 1 rebound. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, give them credit for getting out on that fast break. They made a concerted effort to run every time. Not once, not twice, every time, and it paid off in points. I also thought it wore down the defense.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
Guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Here's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. And it's Barnes in at the small forward position. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. And so here is Golden State. A 2-point game. It's Curry with the drive. Count the bucket. Curry's got the first field goal of the second half for the Warriors. And you think about Stephen Curry, clearly one of the greatest shooters the league has ever seen. Clark, I think you could make a case that he's the best off-the-dribble three-point shooter in league history. What do you think?
I think he's the best total shot maker shooter we've had in the league. When you look at all aspects of shooting, I don't know if anybody's ever been better.
Scola pass to Mr. Clutch. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game. And for Steph Curry, the light doesn't get any greener. I mean, the only limit is his conscience. I think he does a great job of scoring, but also looking to keep his teammates engaged. Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft men.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Warriors with the rebound. Bogut's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Thompson. Some nice passing by Golden State. And that one's good. That's now 8 points for Barnes.
And, when you think back when Curry came into the league, the question was, is he just a scorer, or can he play point guard? Well, I think he's more than answered those concerns, and he's gotten a lot better with his decision-making as he's now starting to limit his turnover.
Golden State's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. And the wide-open shot from Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 6th assist on the night. Raptors trail by 4. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Lowry. To the inside. Out left of the wing. Carroll for 3. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 4th rebound in this one. Barnes. Rebound by Kyle Lowry.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going in this quarter.
And again, Toronto, no luck.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Curry dishes to Barnes. Lets it go from the wing. No luck. And Toronto will come the other way. Here's Mr. Clutch. Connects from three-point range. Mr. Clutch has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Raptors. Well, the one word you can use to describe the Raptors postseason last year, disaster. I mean, Greg, nothing went right for them.
Yeah, I mean, after that great regular season, they were completely just manhandled by the Wizards, swept out of the first round in 4 straight.
Spates checked in for Golden State. Iguodala comes in for Barnes, and the Raptors also making a change. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Raptors on defense. They trail by 1, and Speights gets it to go.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He said their plan was run their offense through Thompson. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Iguodala. Curry's got the lead up to 5 now for the Warriors. To the paint. It's stolen by Green. 3 on 3. 13 feet away. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. 8 points for Steph Curry.
And he has started to turn it on now after that slow start.
Got a piece of it. And by Scholes.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
And then with the Golden State, as it goes out of bounds, Warriors retain possession. Some changes for Golden State. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Green, the screen. Green with the screen on Carroll. 6 to shoot. Livingston gets to Green. No good.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Warriors leading by 3. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Fires from 14. Luis Scola with the rebound. Scola's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
It'll count. No good on that last second attempt there.
Oracle Arena, let's keep it going for your Warriors girls.
And we're set to start the action up here in the 4th quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Golden State's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. So the Raptors 5 right now. They've got DeMar Carroll out there. DeRozan out there with Mr. Clutch. Then it's Scola, and it's Valanciunas into the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Speights gets it to go.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
That is good.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today.
Yeah, the defense struggling to take that away from them.
DeRozan against Barbosa. Pass to Speights. Back to Barbosa. Lock at 6. Screen by Bogut. From downtown, Livingston no luck. Toronto trailing. We've played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Now Barbosa. Carroll with the rebound. Here's Mr. Clutch. Covered by Barnes. And good on the basket. Book it.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the baskets.
Timeout. Timeout. Start it.
Timeout called the Warriors. Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMar Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. But I think he's found a home now.
And Carroll, an energy player who's developed a reliable three-point stroke. I mean, he can also hurt you in transition. He's got terrific size and athleticism, and he also really knows how to play without the basketball.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
And thank you, Doris. That shot wide open. That's 7 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And Carroll, by advanced stats, one of the most productive small forwards in our league. I mean, one thing I like, even as he's developed into a three-point threat, he still has an instinct for cutting to the rim off the ball when his defender turns his head. I mean, one of the things I think that allows his team to be so good is his understanding of how to play the game.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to Stoke. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And it's a 3-point Raptor lead. Warriors have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Here's Thompson. Shot is off. Now Toronto takes it the other way. And DeRozan kicks to Carroll. Launches it. Warriors with the rebound.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
He's open like that. You don't see him miss those looks very often. Just a great battle these two teams are waging here today.
Boy, it sure is, and I'm getting the sense that this game could end up being decided by just 1 or 2 plays down the stretch.
Green is checked in for Maurice Spates. Here's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Kerr. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Take a look at what Carroll's done. He's got 10 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
I'm sure they'd like to get a few more rolls.
That one misses. The Warriors have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Curry is inside. Cut the bucket. Curry's got 4 this quarter.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Here's Mr. Clutch. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Warriors?
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets. And there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
They get it again. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
That's sloppy. In a close game, you have to take advantage of every opportunity.
Timeout call for Warriors. They're ahead by 2. 1:37 left here in the fourth quarter. The Warriors lead it. Curry dishes to Barnes. Thompson outside. Looks good. It is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Well, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle of their offensive game.
Is Mr. Clutch. A fader. Not enough on that one as it misses.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to send.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Oh, that's dropped.
It's going to be tough for him here, but maybe, just maybe, it's not over yet.
Cannot afford any empty possessions. They've got to recycle everything, partner.
Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
Almost automatic when he can get the basketball that close to the basket.
Well, defense has to be played earlier in that situation. We've got to fight to not allow them to get that position in the first place.
Now here's Barnes. Screen by Bogut. Green inside the 3-point line. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, gotta love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. Just a thing of beauty to watch.
It is, and Clark, that's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Well, that took way too long. If they're trying to stretch this thing out, they shouldn't waste so much time.
Here's Thompson. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors.
Yes, Kevin, thanks.
2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin, and now let's move on to the presentation. Klay Thompson. It's just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Klay Thompson is everything you want in a swingman. Long and athletic, a staunch defender, and a terrific passer. But let's not forget what makes him truly special, that silky smooth jump shot. Thompson is pure, fellas, and he can light it up.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports